Hi, it's Donna here. Hope you are well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have another freebie for us to do together today. So I saw something on Pinterest and I can't remember who made it or what the pin was. If I can find it, I will put it up on screen. But it was a cup with little labels in. And the idea was to fill the labels with things that you can do to fill your own cup. And I thought it was a really good idea because it kind of combined being creative but still doing that personal journaling and reflection and mindfulness. So I actually put together this. I'm just going to move that because that's the page I want to use. So I put together this sheet here. I've drawn this mug here. I've also done some little like hearts and flowers and other embellishments. There's some labels here as well for us to write on. The labels here are the ones that are intended to go inside the mug, and then there's just some little titles and things to cut out and decorate either the page, or you could use it as like a title on the mug. So I thought today that I will do something similar to that example that I saw. I'm going to get all this cut out. I've chosen a page in my journal. If you would like to craft along, this is a freebie on my Ko-fi page and I will leave the link for you. But I will be back in 2 secs once everything is cut out. Okay, so I have all of my bits cut. I've inked just very lightly in pumice stone around the outside, just on the cup, not on anything else. But what I'm actually going to do, there's 2 ways that we can go about this now. So you can just, I've picked out a page, where is it? So you could just stick your cup straight down onto a page, and then you can have these kind of stuck like that coming out. That's one option, but I'm actually going to make a slit in the cup so I can put the labels inside. So it looks like they're actually sitting inside the drink. So, really easy way to do that is just to grab a penknife and just carefully trace. I'm not going right to the corner because I don't want these when they're in to be able to move too much. So starting about there, just going to carefully trace. And you may have to go over it a few times. This is photograph paper, matte photo paper. So it is a little bit thicker, but it is coming through now. I've gone through it a few times. So then we've made a slit and we can then put these little labels inside the cup like this. Before I stick it in, I'm actually going to put a little stopper on the back just to prevent these from falling too far in and not being able to get them again. And I'm just going to use a couple of strips of quite thick paper glued on top of each other. And then when these come through, it will cause a little stopper here and they can't fall any further towards the bottom. Obviously as well there's going to be glue there, but if I only glued and that fell down, it's going to fall down right through. So we want to just prevent that and put a little stopper. Okay, so I can get one stuck down. And I want them to go in to about there. Don't want really to fall any further. So we'll put the stopper about here because I think they will kind of stop themselves, but this is just like a safety net. So I'll put one there. And one there. Just pop that on top just to make it a little bit thicker. And then that causes a barrier and the little labels can't fall down. Now, to stick this onto our page, we don't want any glue here in the middle because we need to allow this to go down. So we're only going to put glue either side of this slit and at the bottom of the stopper. I'm just going to put it around the edge like this. Not going anywhere near the middle. On the handle. You can also put a little bit at the top because that can be glued down as long as we leave the slit. That's fine. And I'm going to pop mine straight down onto the page. I'm going to keep the edges a little bit lifted because I do have some of the bits to use. So I just want to kind of stick it down a little bit and then I can slot things under if I want to. And just to show you that they will still fit in. So I'm going to have a play around now with these leaves and flowers and come up with an arrangement, and I will be back with you once I've done that. And here is my finished layout. So you can see I've just stuck some of the flowers around, kind of slotted some of them behind the mug. I put the heart in the middle, and then I used one of the quotes, cut them into their individual words, and just went round them with a black Sharpie. So the way to do that is just to pop whatever it is on a piece of paper, go around the outside, and it leaves a black border. So I did that on all of them to help them stand out. My labels I'm going to do in my own time, but I just pop them in there so that you can get an idea of what it would look like. And obviously there's other ways as well that you might choose to use this. So say, for example, you might have a ticket from somewhere, you know, you've been to a cafe or you've had afternoon tea. You could put a photograph or something in there, or a ticket or a receipt. So lots of different ways this can be used. And it's a really quick one from me today. So I'll just give you a slightly closer look. I can embellish this further. I can use some glossy accents if I wanted on this heart. I could use some glossy accents, which I may do on the berries. I just need to see how it reacts with photo paper. Obviously I don't want the colour to spread because I do use an inkjet printer. So I will just have to see what happens with that. You could even put glossy accents on the drink, like the coffee. As long as you don't seal this, you will be fine. But yeah, so that's it from me for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I will put a photograph of the finished page, including anything extra that I've done to the page in my own time. And I will see you next time. Don't forget to download the freebie on Ko-fi. And please let me know if you've used the freebie in your journal. I'd love to see how you've used it and what you've done with it. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.